Happy holidays. I'm here at Averett University, and we asked some of the international students to tell us how they celebrate their traditions this time of year.
Around this time of the year, we have, well, not so much of a holidays, but traditions around the Christmas time called Junkanoo. You have Boxing Day Junkanoo, Junior Junkanoo, which is for the schools mostly, and you have New Year's Day Junkanoo. So Junkanoo is basically a Mardi Gras kind of celebration, like you would see in New Orleans, but it's like how the Caribbean touch to it, and it's the peak of our culture around this kind of time of the year.
I would say, I'm not sure how it is in America, but on New Year's, one thing that we have is we make a special type of food. It's like a little bowl. It's like dough, it's like fried dough with powdered sugar. It's kind of, I tasted funnel cake here once. I would say it's kind of like that. And then after that, we're just with a big group of family or friends, and then we set up fireworks all night long. And yeah, that's New Year's Eve.
So my first Christmas here, I actually thought it was a lot different. Because back home, we're used to having the whole entire family back at our house. And so it would be like, I know it's like a day, but really our festivities it would be like a week long. And it's like cousins, aunt, uncles, brothers, sisters, everybody comes at the house. And it's like we all cook together, and then we all go to church together, and then when we come back from church, then we all celebrate together. So we have music, we hang up lights everywhere, and it's just the adults stay they stay upstairs, and then the kids and the teenagers and the young adults, we stay on the other side, and it's like a huge get together. But here, well, I wouldn't say that it's not like that because I don't necessarily know how everybody celebrate. But from my experience, I've only went to church and then that was it. Like, it wasn't that like family feel, like big family feel. But also I think like in America, families tend to be like smaller, and back home families are huge. So yeah.
Traditions we have in our family usually on Christmas, the Christmas day, the 24th. Or the Christmas Eve. Usually in the morning we wake up like kind of late, like 10, 11. We get ready, we usually go, there's like a small happening in the city I'm from, in Turku. We go to that, listen to that live. After that we go to the church. After the church we usually go with our family to my grandparents' grave and to put some candles down. After that we go home, we take it easy. We drink some a drink called glöggi. It's like a warm traditional drink you drink in Finland. Also, I think pretty much also like in other countries in Scandinavia. And then we go to sauna, so the Finnish sauna. It's really nice. After that, we dress up. At least in our family, we put me and my dad we put our suits up, and girls and my mom put some nice dresses on. And after that, we start eating traditional Finnish dishes. And after that, we start to open our presents. So that's usually how our Christmas Eve, Christmas Day goes on.
I'm just keeping in contact with family and friends via messaging softwares. And in terms of Junkanoo tradition, I would just keep afloat with everything that's happening with the Junkanoo season coming up on Facebook, and some of my friends who are there who participate in Junkanoo, they're going to fill me in on what's happening or what's going to happen.
I think COVID would change the traditions mostly in the amount of people and things that are possible. So we would have Christmas markets. I think that won't be going on for much because it's just too many people around. And also I think for big families or big groups of friends, it's not possible to go to one house and celebrate anymore because right now they've put a limit on the amount of people that are allowed inside of the home. And at the moment it's only 3, so that's pretty difficult. But apart from that, right now it seems like I can go home. If I couldn't, I think that we would definitely do something over FaceTime and try to have some interactive type of Christmas together in the end.
I've talked to my family and we just decided that it was better if I was staying here just for school purposes, because if I go home and then they happen to close the borders or something like that, then I can't come here and then I'm going to be delayed in my studies, and my main goal is to graduate. So I'm willing to sacrifice a Christmas, you know.
But I'm also really looking forward to see my Finnish mates and my family, obviously, and my girlfriend.
Since I came here, I've volunteered at a number of places, I've met a number of people, and everywhere within the surrounding community of Averett feels like home to me. So I've developed a lot of relationships with people, I've developed a lot of friends, a lot of, as we would call it, links, and that's pretty much why I would call it home, my home away from home.
Yeah, for me, Averett has definitely turned into a second home. I think mostly because a lot of people here, which really surprised me at the beginning, I was not used to that. Everyone was just very friendly and welcoming, and I just love that part. Like, I could go to anyone. It was really nice, and even the community, like the people in the community welcomed me. I had a couple people that would ask me over for dinner. It was just really nice to fit into.
So Averett kind of did become my home. Along the years that I've been staying here, I started, you know, getting out of my shell, talking to more people. And the fact that it's a small school, when it comes to professors actually check up on me. They're like, hey, how are you? Like, are you okay? If I look tired, they're gonna be like, hey, you need to go to sleep. You need to get all these, you know, sleep hours in, because then you can't function properly. Things like that. And the fact that I'm not a number, and that they know me by my first name and my last name, or they see me outside, I have a mask on, but they still know me. Like, they still like, hey, Lydie. And so, I don't know. I don't think it's everywhere at every university that's gonna be like that. So I guess that's family.
Well, when I first arrived, I arrived a little late because of COVID. I wasn't able to first travel here, but once I did and I got actually here, the first 2 weeks were pretty tough. Like, everything was so new, food different than back home, different temperature, way warmer than back home. Yeah, everything kind of affected, but I did get through that, and Averett has been a nice place to be in for the past 2.5 months I've been here. So I really enjoyed my time here, and really looking forward to spend several years here.
I really love how Averett welcomes international students. Like the president, for example, how she gives dinners at her house, and also for international students to come over and just talk about it. And I think that's just really cool. I don't think you get that a lot, where you can really come together with all international students and talk about how it is to be far away from home, but it's just really awesome.